again. I'm here to talk about my Welcome Home January book recommendations. And all three of these books are great reads. And I hope if you decide to read them yourselves that you will enjoy them as much as I did. The first one I read was Richard Paul Evans called The Walk. And this is actually the first book of a series. I think there's 9 books in this series, but each one is complete. And it starts out with a man who's very much in love with his wife. And his wife dies, he loses his business, he loses everything all at once, like within a day. And he just decides he's going to take a walk. And it's the first part of his journey. And he lives in Seattle and he walks to Spokane, and that's where the story ends. But yet it's just a new beginning. And so it's the very first book. He's a wonderful author. I met him years ago. I spoke at one of his conferences that he puts on. And he's a fine man and a great writer. So I hope you'll enjoy that. The second book I read is just for fun. Every once in a while, I just read for intense pleasure. It's sort of like guilty pleasure. And this book is called Love Lettering by Kate Clayborn. And it's the first book I've read of hers, but I'm going to read more. The heroine is a calligrapher, and she does very high-end wedding announcements, engagements, parties, and she has built up quite the career with this. And in the beginning of the book, you meet the hero as he comes in and brings the wedding invitation that she had prepared for him and his bride-to-be. And in that, she had done this beautiful calligraphy job, but over the words M-I-S-T-A-K-E, she had put little fairies. A year later, he comes back into the store and he wants to know how come she knew their marriage would be a mistake. And that's the story of the book, and it's a great story. The third book I want to read is a nonfiction book by Bob Goff. If you have not read Bob Goff, you are cheating yourself. He is a fabulous, fun writer, easy to read. You'll laugh out loud, but he talks about dreaming big and his own path in life. And he is quite the character. He has his phone number in this book. So if you read the book and you have a question, you can call him. He says sometimes he gets up to 100 calls a day. And he is that kind of open person. He is an attorney, and his office is in Disneyland on Treasure Island. He meets his clients there. There's nothing I can say that would prepare you for this book and for his other books. Love does. And I read that book, and I've read every book he's written because they're just pure joy to read, and you will feel your spirits rise and you will laugh out loud. So enjoy Bob Goff.